To our deep dive into how major wars throughout history have reshaped the global economy, from trade disruptions to technological innovations. Let's explore the economic impacts of these pivotal conflicts. Get ready to see history in a whole new light, because understanding the economic ripples of war is key to understanding the world we live in today. Picture Europe at the dawn of the 19th century. Napoleon's ambition had set the continent ablaze, igniting economic upheaval. Trade routes, the arteries of global commerce, were severed by blockades and conflict. Nations were forced to become more self-sufficient, jump-starting industrialization, especially in Britain. The Napoleonic Wars cemented Britain's position as the world's leading economic power, but at a cost. Europe was left reeling, its economy fragmented, and the seeds of future conflict were sown. World War I, the war to end all wars, ironically birthed economic chaos. Europe's economies were left in ruins, millions dead, and infrastructure shattered. From this devastation rose a new economic titan, the United States. The US emerged as a global creditor, its industrial might supplying a war-torn world. The Treaty of Versailles crippled Germany's economy, fueling extremism and another world war. If World War I was a collapse, World War II was a complete economic meltdown. The most destructive conflict in human history left much of the world in ruins. Millions struggled to survive. The United States, bolstered by wartime production, became the world's economic superpower. The Bretton Woods Agreement established the dollar as the global reserve currency, ushering in American economic dominance. The war spurred technological advancements, laying the foundation for the post-war economic boom. Decolonization reshaped the political and economic map. The Cold War, a seemingly frozen conflict, had a profound impact on the global economy. The world was divided into two blocks, capitalist versus communist, each with its own economic sphere of influence. The arms race fueled technological innovation at an unprecedented pace. From space exploration to the development of the internet, the rivalry between the superpowers had a lasting impact on the global economy.
Well, with that movie 2001, you're projecting us into the 21st century. I brought along my son Jonathan, who in the year 2001 will be the same age as I am now. Maybe he will be better adjusted to this kind of world that you're trying to portray.
The big difference when he grows up, in fact, if we wanted to wait for the year 2001, is that he will have in his own house, not a computer as big as this, but at least a console through which he can talk to his friendly local computer and get all the information he needs for his everyday life, like his bank statements, his theater reservations, all the information you need in the course of living in a complex modern society. This will be in a compact form in his own house. He'll have a television screen like these here and a keyboard, and he'll talk to the computer and get information from it, and he'll take it as much for granted as we take the telephone.
I wonder though, what sort of a life would it be like in social terms? I mean, if our whole life is built around the computer, do we become a computer-dependent society and computer-independent individuals?
In some ways, but they'll also enrich our society because it'll make it possible for us to live really anywhere we like. Any businessman, any executive could live almost anywhere on Earth and still do his business through a device like this. And this is a wonderful thing. It means we wanted to be stuck in cities, we better live out in the country or wherever we please, and still carry on complete interaction with human beings as well as with other computers.
As the Cold War progressed, globalization began to take hold, making the world increasingly interconnected economically. The 1991 Gulf War sent shockwaves through the global economy. Iraq's invasion of Kuwait ignited an oil price shock, highlighting global dependence on fossil fuels. The US-led coalition's victory showcased American military might and its role in global energy security. This cemented the US as the sole superpower, shaping the geopolitics of oil. The Gulf War marked a new era of US interventionism in the Middle East, a region crucial to the global economy. The September 11th attacks and the subsequent war on terror cast a long shadow over the global economy. The attacks caused widespread economic disruption, but it was the response, particularly the invasion of Iraq, that had the most profound impact. The Iraq War, launched in 2003, proved to be a costly endeavour, both in terms of human life and economic resources. The war exacerbated instability in the Middle East, leading to oil price volatility that rippled through the global economy. Emerging markets, particularly in Asia, experienced rapid growth, challenging the traditional dominance of the West. The 2022 Russian invasion of Ukraine sent shockwaves through the global economy, ushering in a new era of uncertainty and volatility. The conflict triggered an energy crisis, as sanctions on Russia, a major energy exporter, sent oil and gas prices soaring. Supply chains, already strained by the COVID-19 pandemic, were thrown.